Hello, cinema friends. Welcome to another edition of Cinesundry. I'm your host, Markus Seaberry, and today we've got aliens coming as we review Nope. Okay, now before we get into our review of Nope, let me remind you about our rating system. There it is. Now, that top score, that is our tour. That is for those top shelf, top tier projects, normally some of the best projects you've seen all year. And that middle score, appropriately enough, is for middling. That is for those projects that have potential or promise, but didn't quite deliver on their potential or promise and wind up being just okay. And that bottom rating is hack. That is for those terrible, dismal, abysmal, god-awful projects that probably shouldn't have been made in the first place. And now that you know our ratings, let's get into the rundown. All right, in Nope, there is an alien UFO of some sort, kind of just making its presence known in this town. And a brother and sister decide to try to get footage of the alien in the hopes that it'll bring them cash. And now let's talk about the script and acting. The script was good. You know, it had nice dialogue, nice little points, very visually interesting, a nice visual feast. But I guess my biggest gripe is they don't really get a true insight into the origins of the creature. That was a low point. But now let's talk about acting. First up, we have Daniel Kaluuya as O.J. Haywood. Now, you know him from the Black Panther movie. You know him from when he won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar in Judas and the Black Messiah. You also know him from Jordan Peele's directorial debut, Get Out. O.J. Haywood is an interesting character. He's kind of trying to tickle the pieces after his father's death, still trying to keep the family ranch and business, Haywood's Hollywood Horses going. But after his father's death, he's kind of been beaten up. He kind of lost a little bit of his light. You know, he's kind of fighting to get that fire back. And next we have Keke Palmer. Several of us know Keke Palmer. We've probably been a fan of her since Akeelah and the Bee. Lately, she's been in things like Alice. She's on the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. She's a young vet at this point. And she plays Emerald Haywood. She is O.J.'s sister. She is a hustler. She is adventurous. She has big dreams, in front of the camera dreams, acting, singing, all that. And there's a little bit of conflict there between Emerald and O.J. because O.J. just wants her to focus on the family business. He's trying to keep the family business from being non-existent. So there's a nice little dynamic there. There's a little conflict, but there's also like a love that's portrayed between the two characters, and it's nice to see. They have good sibling chemistry. And next up we have Steven Yeun. You know him as Glenn from The Walking Dead, mainly. And some people know him from the critically acclaimed movie Minari. Steven Yeun. He plays Jupe. Jupe is a former child actor who now owns a Wild West cowboy-themed venue. And he interacts with O.J. because O.J. sells him horses from time to time, trying to stay afloat. And Jupe is also aware of the aliens and has a pretty interesting backstory that's also shown in the film. And next up, we have Michael Wincott. Michael Wincott is Antler's horse. Antler's horse is a grizzled filmmaker who meets the Haywoods from them supplying horses to a movie that he was involved with. He goes out to the ranch. He sees that the alien is real, and he decides that he'll help them, and he wants in, and he wants to be the one to actually physically get the credit for capturing footage of a honest to goodness bona fide alien. And last but not least in our top actor group here is Brandon Perea, who plays Angel Torres. Angel Torres works at an electronics place. That's when he encounters the Haywoods. They're trying to get surveillance equipment again to capture the alien. Pretty straightforward. And of course, coincidentally, and it's a movie, he turns out to be a big UFO aliens freak. Even mentions real life shows like Ancient Aliens. His character is funny. Character has a lot of comic relief, mainly from quips and also from his oversharing. A much needed comic relief character. Good work by Mr. Perea. And let's talk about director's technique. The director of this film is Jordan Peele. You know him from the sketch comedy show Key and Peele. You also know him from when he kind of shifted gears and went into directing and producing. The previous two films he directed were Get Out and Us. This is kind of along those lines of being visually striking, being really interesting, and he's also the writer of all these projects. He has nice, crisp dialogue, and again, visually stunning. In terms of substance, kind of lacking a little bit. And let's talk about sentiment and rating. Okay, my sentiment at the end of this film was one of confusion. I knew I didn't hate it, but I was somewhere lost between like and love. Kind of like a old school R&B song or something. So I did a little searching. Had to ask myself a few questions, and I realized I love all the actors in this movie. They're great. They hit the marks. They do their jobs well. Visually, it's amazing. The creature is interesting. There was something missing, and I think it was just the story. I feel like the story had no substance. You don't really get origins, a true definitive origin of the creature. Are there more creatures? What is the creature's motivation, really? There's a lot of theory thrown out. I just wanted a little more of that. Or maybe a lot more of that. But just whatever amount that was in this film wasn't quite enough. So I liked it, but I didn't love it. And normally when I like it and didn't love it, like in this situation, I have to give Nope a rating of midnight. I wanted to like it so bad. Like, I believe in Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is an interesting filmmaker with a unique voice. This one just didn't quite bring it home for me. I don't know. Maybe you should try action, or maybe try a comedy. Switch up genres a bit. Well, all right. That's going to do it for this edition of Cinesundry. I've been your host, Markus Seaberry. And remember, as always, we ask that you like the video, comment on the video down below, and subscribe to On Location Memphis YouTube channel. And remember, guys, take some time and treat yourself to a movie. See you next time.